The air you breathe right now is thick with a potential that most humans will never unlock in their entire lifetime. Hidden within the ancient vibrations of the East lies a sound so precise it can restructure the very atoms of your existence. For centuries, the world has looked at the miracles of Jesus as distant historical events rather than repeatable scientific protocols. What if I told you that the Master was not just praying, but actually speaking a specific frequency code into the fabric of space? Today we pull back the veil on a single three-letter Aramaic word that acts as a master key for the human biofield. This is the bridge between the unseen spirit and the heavy matter of your physical body and your current financial circumstances. Prepare yourself, because once you hear this frequency and learn how to pulse it through your blood, nothing remains the same. To understand why the words of Jesus carried such immense weight, we must first look at the nature of the language itself. Aramaic is not a passive language used only for communication. It is a vibrational tool designed to mirror the movements of creation. When Jesus stood before the broken, the sick, or hungry, he did not merely hope for a change in their outward condition. He accessed the primordial sound of HOA, the sacred three-letter vibration that represents the absolute breath of the eternal source. The word HOA is composed of letters that represent the inhalation of life, the stabilization of power, and the release of manifestation. Scientists today are beginning to realize that our physical world is composed of nothing more than vibrating strings of energy and light. By speaking HOA, Jesus was introducing a perfect harmonic frequency into a field of chaos, forcing the atoms to realign instantly. This is why the blind saw and the lame walked, because the distorted frequency of disease could not exist in the presence of H. You carry this same potential within your vocal cords and your intention, yet you have been taught to speak words of lack. When you learn to resonate with H, you stop being a victim of your environment and start becoming the architect of your destiny. The structure of your reality is fluid, waiting for the command of a consciousness that knows its own divine origin and power. Understanding these frequencies is the first step, but mastering their vibration in your daily life is where the true miracle happens. I receive many messages asking for the correct pronunciation and sequence of these sounds, so I have prepared 2 sacred guides to help you bridge this gap. You can find the link pinned in the comments to begin your practical journey today. The activation of the word HOA requires more than just a vocalization. It requires a total synchronization of your heart and mind. Jesus taught that the kingdom of heaven is within you, meaning the control panel for your external reality is located in your spirit. When you speak the word HOA, you are effectively hitting the reset button on the energetic imprints left by trauma and limiting beliefs. Imagine your life as a holographic projection that is currently displaying a story of struggle, anxiety, or physical limitation and pain. By pulsing the frequency of HOA through your nervous system, you are changing the source code of that projection at the root level. This is the scientific application of prayer that the ancient mystics understood, but which was lost during the translation of the scriptures. Every time Jesus performed a miracle, he was demonstrating that the laws of spirit are superior to the laws of man-made physics. You are not here to suffer or to be small. You are here to express the fullness of the divine through the vessel of your life. The word HOA acts as a solvent, dissolving the dense walls of the ego that keep you separated from the infinite supply of the universe. As you breathe this sound, you begin to feel a warmth spreading through your chest, which is the physical sign of your cells awakening. This is not a metaphor. It is a biological shift where your DNA begins to respond to the high-frequency intent of your divine command. If this teaching is stirring a deep resonance in your heart, it is a sign that your soul is ready to return to its original blueprint. To support you in this transition, my guides explain the layers of meaning behind the first sacred words, offering you a path to clear the interference of the world. The link to access these tools is waiting for you in the pinned comment. Now we must discuss the protocol of activation, which is the specific way you must engage with the word HOA to see results. First, you must find a moment of absolute stillness where the noise of the world cannot penetrate your inner sanctuary of peace. Jesus often retreated to the mountains or the desert to ensure his frequency was not being distorted by the collective fear of others. Close your eyes and visualize a point of golden light at the center of your brain. which is the seat of your divine perception. As you inhale, mentally draw the sound of the first letter of HOA into your lungs, feeling it expand your capacity for life. On the hold of the breath, let the second letter of HOA stabilize that light, anchoring it into every organ and every single cell. As you exhale, speak the final sound of HOA softly, imagining the vibration rippling out from your body like a stone in a lake. This ripple travels through your home, your bank account, and your relationships, smoothing out every wave of discord it encounters today. Repeat this cycle 7 times, as the number 7 represents the completion of a spiritual cycle and the manifestation of a new form. Do not rush this process, as the goal is to feel the vibration of HOA becoming more real than the problems you see with your eyes. You are training your brain to recognize the presence of the divine as the only true authority over your physical health and wealth. Through this practice, you become a living conduit for the same power that Jesus moved with during his time on this earth. Many people ask why they do not see immediate changes when they pray, and the answer lies in the consistency of their vibration. If you speak the word HOA for 5 minutes, but spend the rest of your day in fear, you are canceling out the frequency. Jesus lived in a state of constant communion, meaning his internal world was never swayed by the temporary storms of the external. To alter your reality, you must maintain the resonance of HOA, even when your senses tell you that nothing has changed yet. The physical world is like a heavy echo. It takes time for the dense matter to reorganize itself around the new spiritual command. Think of the word HOA as a seed that you have planted in the fertile soil of the quantum field of all possibilities. You do not dig up the seed every hour to see if it is growing. You water it with faith and keep the weeds of doubt away. Your words are the tools of creation, and when you align them with the Aramaic codes of Jesus, you are using the sharpest tools. Stop describing your problems to the universe and start describing the solution using the high-frequency sounds of the ancient masters. When you say HOA, you are affirming that the solution already exists in the realm of spirit and is now appearing in form. This shift from seeking to knowing is the secret transition that separates the follower from the master of their own life experience. You are born with the right to command your reality, and the word HOA is the scepter you have forgotten you are holding. As you continue this practice, you will notice that your intuition becomes sharper and opportunities begin to appear out of nowhere. This is because the word HOA has cleared the static from your energetic field, allowing you to hear the subtle guidance of the Spirit. Jesus said that those who have ears should hear, referring to the inner hearing that perceives the movements of divine will. Your reality is not a fixed cage. It is a mirror reflecting back to you the exact frequency you are pulsing out into the world. By choosing to vibrate with HOA, you are forcing the mirror to show you a reflection of harmony, health, and infinite abundance. There is no limit to what can be transformed when you stop relying on human effort and start relying on divine resonance. The world may tell you that things are getting harder, but in the frequency of HOA, there is only the ease of creation. Remember that you are a child of the light, and the light does not struggle to shine. It simply is the truth of all things. Carry the sound of HOA in your heart as you walk through your day, letting it be the silent shield that guards your peace. Every person you encounter and every situation you face will be touched by the high frequency of the words of Jesus. You are now part of a lineage of light-bearers who are returning the ancient sounds of power to a world that has been in darkness. The transformation has already begun, and the structure of your new reality is being woven together by the very breath you take. We have journeyed through the science of vibration and the specific protocol used by the masters to bend the physical world to the spirit. The 3-letter word HOA is not just a relic of the past. It is a living technology available to you at this very moment. By following the footsteps of Jesus and speaking the language of the soul, you reclaim your seat of authority in this life. Visit Divine Light Academy at the link below to access my complete guides and start your journey into the living language of the Masters. But before you go, I want to hear from you. What did you feel during this session? Comment the word restoration below if you felt a shift in your energy today. We read every response, and your testimony strengthens this entire community of light. We are just scratching the surface of this ancient power. Get ready Because, in our next video, I will reveal even deeper Aramaic codes that unlock spiritual authority you've never imagined. Make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss this unfolding revelation. Right now, before you close this video, come to the comments and tell us, what did you feel? What shifted? We read every single response. And if this teaching found you today, subscribe to this channel. Every week we go deeper into the ancient frequency codes that were always meant to be yours.